I'm Kevin here from Novak Adventures. We're on our way to the Dry Tortugas National Park and Fort Jefferson. Now, you see, there's only two ways of getting out there. That's by boat and by plane. And how are we getting there today? We're taking the seaplane. Come along on the adventure.
We took the flight from the Key West Airport to Dry Tortugas National Park in Fort Jefferson on Key West Seaplane Adventures. They're the only seaplane service permitted to take passengers through the park. It's a quick 30-minute flight, much quicker than the alternative, which is about a 2-hour ferry ride. The planes they fly to the island are the same kind used for sightseeing in Alaska. In fact, that's where our pilot Johnny honed his skills before flying the route in Key West. I was lucky enough to have the very best seat in the house, well, maybe the second best seat. I was up in the cockpit right next to the pilot. On the flight over, we flew over downtown Key West before heading out over open water. Key West Seaplane Adventures has flown more than 15,000 flights with a perfect safety record over the past 10 years. Everybody on the flight gets a window seat and a headset, and you can hear the pilot narrating during your trip. We flew over several mangrove islands, only one of which is inhabited, along with some really big marine life sanctuaries. Passengers on our flight reported seeing sea turtles, sharks, and even some rays. Hey, if you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it, consider giving us a thumbs up, click that subscribe button to see more of our adventures. If you want more information on visiting Key West or any other destination, reach out to us and we'll get started planning your next trip. There's a couple of shipwrecks along the way, and this one is of the Arbutus, a former diving vessel. We were also treated to flying through a small line of thunderstorms, but pilot Johnny took care to fly through the calmest part. As we approached the park, we took a long loop around to give everyone a good view of the island before landing on the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Once on land, we had about 2.5 hours to explore the fort, swim, and lounge on the beaches. The fort's known for world-class snorkeling, but when we visited, the visibility was pretty poor. So no snorkeling video this time, maybe next time. We then taxied all the way to the island, and we were able to step directly onto the beach without even getting our feet wet. The construction of Fort Jefferson started in 1846, and over the next 30 years more than 16 million bricks were transported to the island. But the fort was never really completely finished. It started crumbling under its own weight and was eventually made obsolete by the development of more advanced weapons. The fort was designed to help protect shipping channels, but later became a military prison. Its most notable inmate was one Dr. Samuel Mudd. He's the doctor who treated John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of President Lincoln. When our time on the island was up, we loaded back onto the seaplane for the flight back to the Key West Airport. I highly recommend taking Key West Seaplane Adventures to the Dry Tortugas and Fort Jefferson. It was a first for us on a seaplane, but it most likely won't be the last.